Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello folks, welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Missoula Mavericks baseball as we've got Game 2 of the doubleheader. Missoula Mavericks and the Billings Royals. Mavericks get Game 1 of the doubleheader. So now we go to Game 2. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for the Missoula Mavericks. Leading off and pitching is Brendan Hill. Dane Frazier, the right fielder, will bat second for the Mavericks. Trad Richardson's in left field, batting third. Stuart Long, the shortstop, bats fourth. Batting fifth will be Bridger Johnson in center field. Drew Stensrud is at third base, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Andrew Clausen, the catcher. Batting eighth is Zach Hangus, the first baseman. And finishing out the order is the bunt killer, Dayton Bay, at second base. For the Royals, leading off, it's Chase Hinckley, the left fielder. Connor Hunter, the shortstop, bats second. Batting third is Dan Blanchard, the designated hitter. Brendan Concepcion, the third baseman, is the four-spot batter. Batting in the fifth spot is the second baseman, Jaden Jordal. The catcher, Cole Miller, bats in the sixth spot. Noah Oftengarden is the right fielder, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Brendan Miller, the first baseman. And Ethan Opp in center field is batting ninth. It's Nick Eliason on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Royals. Here's the first pitch of the game, and Hill's going to smack this one into right field, and Brendan Hill will find himself on base to start things off for the Mavericks. So 1 on, no outs. Top of the first inning as we come to Dane Frazier for the Mavericks with 1 on and no outs. Frazier picking up the win last night against the Royals. The Mavericks 2-0 coming into this game. Here's the pitch by Eliason, and Frazier will slice this one foul for strike 1. 0-1 on the count. Frazier the DH in the game before this one. Here's Eliason with the pitch, and this one's tossed over the plate for strike 2, 0-2. Our officials, behind the plate is Tyler Herber, and in the field it's Cam Bierenstad. Eliason with the stretch and set. Runner's going to go, and it'll be Hill standing at second on the stolen base. And the pitch thrown was a ball, 1-2 on the count. One and two, as the catcher, Cole Miller, will go in and check in with Eliason. Right out of the gate, the Mavericks earned 3 runs to start the first game. And with Hill at second, that's a threat. Here's Eliason with the stretch and set. And the outside pitch will take us to 2-2 on the count. Wind has died down here at Pertz Field for the moment as Frazier slices this one off foul. Keeps us at 2-2 on the count. It's Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks, with Brendan Hill at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Eliason. And we'll build to 3-2 on the full count. Eliason with the stretch and set, and the payoff pitch. Swung on. This will bounce out into left field, and Hill rounds the corner at third, grabs a gear on his way home. The throw will be made, but Hill, the flash, slides in, and that is a earned run for the Mavericks off the single by Frazier.
Left fielder number 13, Trad Richardson.
Brings up the left fielder, Trad Richardson. No outs. Frazier at first. And a run scored for the Mavericks. Richardson with a foul ball. Brings up strike one as that one came down hard outside the lines. Richardson settles in. Here's the pitch, and Richardson, this is going to bounce in the same spot as Frazier's. And the left fielder will throw it into third. The Mavericks will have runners at first and second with no outs.
Shortstop number 2, Stuart Long.
Takes us to Stuart Long. Here's the stretch and set by Eliason. It's Long showing bunt, and the runners will advance. They will make the throw, but Richardson slides in time. And I'll wait to see if they're going to call that a ball or a strike. They say ball one. Long takes this one fouled, bring up strike one. So even on the count at one apiece for Stuart Long. That puts Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Eliason. And a foul ball. Takes us to strike two. 1-2 on the count to Long. Frazier at third, Richardson at second. Here's the 1-2 by Eliason. And this one's going to bounce forward. Eliason will pick it up on the hop. He'll hold the runner at third and tosses it down the line to first. And we have our first out of the inning with runners holding at second and third. Good job by Eliason to put an eye at third to stick Frazier there. Brings up Bridger Johnson now with one out, runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball one to Johnson. Bridger Johnson in center field in game two. He was in left field in game one, and he's a utility outfielder as he's been in all three outfields this season. Pitch drawn in for ball two, 2-0 on the count. Here's the stretch and set by Eliason. This one's hit into right field, and it will come down just in play. Frazier tags, the throw home is made, and Dane Frazier will slide across the plate. Ball gets away from Miller, but Richardson holds, and there'll be runners at second and third for the Mavericks. That will take us to Drew Stensrud now.
Third baseman number 5, Drew Stensrud.
with 1 out, runners at second and third, and 2 runs scored for the Mavericks. And an inside pitch over the plate brings up strike 1. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Brings up strike 2. 0-2 to Stensrud. He's the third baseman. He's been there the last 2 games. Here's the pitch. Upstairs as Stensrud's got a duck for ball 1. 1-2. Here's the stretch and set by Eliason. Bouncer. Shortstop. Third baseman's able to get the pick on it. The throw to first is there. And Stensrud, or Johnson, will make his way. Stensrud's out at first as Richardson scores.
Catcher number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Brings up Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks with 2 outs now. Runners at second and third, at third with Bridger Johnson, as the first pitch to Clausen will be strike 1. Andrew Clausen, the catcher for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. Upstairs as Clausen holds off, and we're even at 1 apiece. Eliason leans in. Now the stretch and set. And a swing by Clausen will bring up strike 2. 1-2. Zach Angus in the on-deck circle with 2 outs and 1 on for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And it's inside to even us out at 2 apiece on the count. Here's the pitch. Clausen with a bouncer. It'll picked up by Eliason. The throw to first, and that is the inning. 3 runs earned, 1 left behind, and the Mavericks lead 3-0. Bottom of the first, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning. Mavericks lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Royals, it's Hinckley to lead off, Connor Hunter in the on-deck circle, and Dan Blanchard in the hole. For the Mavericks, it is Brendan Hill on the 5 Valiato pitchers mound, looking for the 3rd win of the 3-game stand against the Royals. Mavericks will be on the road over the weekend, or the next week, as we go to Rapid City for the Firecracker Tournament. First pitch brought in over the plate for strike 1 to Hinckley. And Clausen not able to hold on to the ball, brings up 1-1 on the count. So the Mavericks will have a travel day tomorrow to Rapid City, and then the first game, folks, set your alarm clock for Saturday morning as it's a 9 a.m. first pitch, and the outside pitch brings up ball 2, 2-1 on the count. Leadoff batter, Hinckley at the plate. Upstairs, and we get ball 3. 3-1. Swung on, foul ball into the Maverick dugout down the first base line. Takes us to a full count at 3-2. Here's Hill with the pitch. Swung on, this one's down the third base line. Foul, Stensrud puts it in the glove, and Herber will put his fist in the air. That's the first out of the game.
Number 6, Connor Hunter.
For the Royals. Takes us to Connor Hunter now. Hill with the pitch. And it's over the plate for strike 1. 0-1 on the count. So Brendan Hill for the Mavericks on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. As this one's dropped in low for ball 1. Hill, a 5'10", 175-pound right-hander for the Mavericks. Graduate of Sentinel High School in Missoula this year. As this one's cranked on, it's going to go into center right field. And it is Dane Frazier with the out. We bring up the designated hitter, Dan Blanchard, now for the Royals with 2 out. And the first pitch will bring up ball 1. Two and 0 on the count to Blanchard. Brings up ball 3. 3-0. And there is strike 1 barked out. Here's a foul ball, and we get a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch by Hill. Swung on, and that is out. Number 3. So the Mavericks make the Royals go 1-2-3. Top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the top of the second inning with the bottom of the order up. 8-9 batters, Zach Hengis to lead off for the Mavericks. It's Nick Eliason on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. And the first pitch to Hengis will be at the toes for ball 1. So Hengis, Bay, and then the top of the order pitch on the way, and Hengis lets that one go by for ball 2. 2-0 on the count. too soon as the wind is picked back up and we get ball 3 to Hango. It's been breezy all day. It was nice earlier because it was extremely warm. And Eliason gets into the count with strike 1, 3-1 on the count. Here's the pitch. And a roller. Second baseman will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first is there, and we've got 1 out to start the top of the second. We go to Dayton Bay now for the Mavericks. Bottom of the order. Here's Eliason's pitch to Bay. And Bay is going to take this one into left field. Left fielder tracks it down. It's in the glove. And that's 2 outs on the line drive to the left fielder. Brings up Brendan Hill for the Mavericks, top of the order. And we want to have a special shout out here, a birthday shout out to Gene Hill, Brendan's grandfather, watching at home. Let's see if Hill can do some special birthday stuff for his grandfather. First swing is a strike. He did it last year for his mom at the Firecracker Tournament in Rapid City. Here's the pitch, and a foul ball brings up strike 2. We'll see if Hill has some magic for his grandfather now. Here's the pitch by Eliason. And Hill will swing. This is going to get away. Drop third strike is what they'll call it, and Hill will reach. Brings up Dane Frazier for the Mavericks.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
With 1 out and 1 on. And they'll throw to first. Hill diving back in as Frazier settles in. Frazier in right field for the Mavericks. And the pitch tossed in for strike 1, and that's going to bring the first baseman, Brendan Miller, over to check in with Eliason. 0-1, 2 outs. Brendan Hill at first for the Mavericks. Frazier settles in with an 0-1 count. Hill's going to go on the motion, and it'll be Hill hopping over the second baseman to get to the base, and Dane Frazier will reach off the hit. Wow. Hill with an acrobatic play at second to get there, hopping over the second baseman onto the bag. Takes us to Trad Richardson for the Mavericks with 2 outs and runners at first and second, top of the second. And the first pitch to Richardson will be up high for ball 1. Richardson singled his first at bat. Trad now with a shot into right field. Right fielder's tracking it down, looking for it in the sun. It's in the glove, and the inning is over. The Mavericks get 2 runners on, but they're left behind, and it stays 3-0. Bottom of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Mavericks lead 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as Brendan Hill comes in for his second inning of duty on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Leading off, it's the middle of the order, 4-5-6, Brendan Concepcion at the plate, Jaden Jordal on deck, and Cole Miller in the hole.
Third baseman, number 11, Brendan Concepcion.
Concepcion settles in with Hill on the first pitch of the inning. A bouncer, foul, as Jordal will hop to bring it down, and we'll have strike one. Time is called. This one by Concepcion's a bouncer, picked up by Richardson, and it's going to bounce past Richardson. Runner's going to reach second as Richardson makes the throw. Bay is there, but the runner reaches ahead.
Second baseman, number 18, Jaden Jordal.
So Jaden Jordal now. Just holding here for a second to see how they're going to score that, and that will be a hit for the Royals with an error. And Hill's pitch will bring up ball one. There we go. I got it worked out in the book. Mavericks pick up their first error. And for Concepcion, for Jordal, it'll be ball 2-2-0 on the count. Here's the pitch by Hill. And that'll bring up ball 3-0. So Brendan Hill on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, a graduate of Sentinel High School. Pitcher, shortstop, center field, you put him in, he'll play there. He's a utility player as Hill slides this one over the plate to bring up strike one. And I was called out this week for being a little bit of a homer when it comes to Hill, as this one gets the tag and they're going to say first. But I have really enjoyed Hill's play since the first time I saw him step onto the football field as a wide receiver at Sentinel. And every sport, every season, he has upped the ante. So he is one of my favorite Missoula prep athletes, as this one comes in low and will have the walk to put runners at first and second. No outs as Cole Miller, the catcher, comes to the plate. Try not to play favorites, but when you have an athlete like Brendan Hill, he is a standout with just his pure athleticism. Here's the first pitch by Hill. And we've got ball one. 1-0. Clausen's going to head up and check in with Hill. It's Tyler Herber behind the plate, calling balls and strikes, with Cam Bierenstead in the field. 1-0 on the count to Miller. with Noah Oftengarden in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Hill, and we'll bring up ball 2. 2-0. Stensrud at third, Long at short, Bay at second, and Hangus at first. Clausen behind the plate. That's your infield set for the Mavericks. Richardson in left, Johnson in center, and a right field taken up by Frazier as we get ball 3, 3-0 on the count. And it looks like Connor Daniels and Parker Stevens are heading down, with Connor Daniels warming up in the bullpen for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Hill. And it's back-to-back walks to load the bases for the Royals. No outs, loaded bases as Noah Oftengarden, the right fielder,
number 19, Noah
comes into bat. Hill at 26 pitches, 11 of them strikes. Here's the pitch by Hill. And this one comes over the plate for strike 1. And sometimes it's just a matter of seeing those pitchers go into the bullpen that tightens down the screws for pitchers on the mound, as this one is going to be swung on for strike 2. And sometimes I feel like that's what coaches do, is just send those pitchers down to the bullpen to help tighten the screws down for the pitchers that are on the mound. Here's Hill. And a foul ball will keep Oftengarden alive at 0-2. Here's the pitch by Hill. And a bouncer. It's going to get past Stensrud. It's going to roll in the field. 1 run scored. They'll wave around Jordal from second. And an out at second with 2 runs scored, as Miller will be the first out of the inning, as Oftengarden drives in 2 runs.
First baseman number 20, Brendan Miller.
Brings up Brendan Miller now for the Royals, as they've jumped on the board to make it 3-2 in the bottom of the second with 1 out. And Miller will swing for strike 1. Brendan Miller did not play in the first game. Here's Hill to first. (3-2) Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And Miller lets it go by for ball 1, even on the count. Runner at first is Oftengarden, as Miller lets it go by for ball 2, 2-1 on the count. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the second. Here's the pitch, and this one Hill puts over the plate for strike 2. 2-2 on the count. 1 out. Bottom of 2. Here's the pitch by Hill. And it's over the plate as Herber will rip the chainsaw. And we've got 2 outs.
Center fielder number 9, Ethan Opp.
Takes us to the bottom of the order for the Royals here in the bottom of the second. Ethan Opp, 2 outs and a runner at first. Hill goes back to first in a quick tag, but not in time. Opp settles back in. He had a good game in the first game. Here's the pitch. And that'll bring up ball 1. 1-0 on the count. Up, settling back in. Hill with a look to first. Here's the stretch and set. Runner's going to go. Here's a bouncer. It's going to be foul. And we get strike one. 1-1 on the count. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Royals with 2 outs. Up, steps back into the box. 1-1 on the count. And it looks like Connor Daniels is done in the bullpen, as this one will be low to bring up ball 2. 2-1 on the count. Here's a smack into Stensrud, the throw to first, and the tag by Hangus will finish out the inning. 2 runs earned for the Royals. It's 3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we hop to the top of the second inning. Mavericks leading 3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and it is the middle of the order, 4-5-6, Stuart Long leading off. Nick Eliason on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks, or for the Royals, I apologize. Here's the pitch by Eliason. And he'll bring in ball 1 to start the third. Long slides out of the way for ball 2 for Stuart Long. It was a ground out his first at bat. 2-0 on the count. And Long's going to be hit by the pitch to put a runner on for the Mavericks. So Johnson, as Herbert checks on the runner. And Johnson will receive ball 1. 1-0 on the count. Runner at first is Long. Here's the pitch. And Johnson with a pop into right field, shallow in the glove, and it's 1 out. Stuart Long staying at first. Brings up the third baseman, Drew Stensrud, with 1 out. Here's the stretch and set by Eliason. And Stensrud sends this one over second base. That'll put Long at second. And with one out, the Mavericks will have runners at first and second as Andrew Clausen, the catcher, comes to the plate.
Catcher number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Here's the stretch and set by Eliason. And that one tags Clausen. And the Mavericks will have loaded bases with one out. That will bring out Royals manager Benjamin to check in with Eliason. Zach Angus coming to the plate. And Benjamin just checking in with Eliason. This will not be a pitching change. But if you have a change in your vehicle in mind, you should stop and see our friends at 5 Valley Auto Sales. Check them out online if you can't make it to their store on South Reserve at 5 Valley Auto Sales, www.5valleyautosales.com, or stop in on their South Reserve location at 3300 South Reserve and check out their large selection of featured cars. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So with the conference on the mound over, that takes us to Zach Angus with one out and loaded bases for the Mavericks. Stuart Long at third, Drew Stensrud at second, and Clausen at first, as this one's fouled back in the catcher for strike one. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here is Eliason now with the, and he's going to step off the rubber. And Miller will walk out to the mound with Eliason. I didn't see if anybody ran down the third base line to their bullpen for the Royals. Angus looks down the third base line. Hathaway with the signal. And now the Eliason pitch. Outside brings up ball one to make it an even count at 1 apiece. Eliason now with the stretch and set. Pitch on the way. Bunt laid down by Angus, and this will be a foul ball. Strike two. 1-2 on the count for Angus. Hathaway with the signal. Angus now in the box. Eliason with the stretch and set. And a low pitch will make us an even count at 2 apiece. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and it's a strikeout for the second out of the inning. Takes us to the bottom of the order for the Mavericks. Dayton Bay. Loaded bases and 2 outs. Here's the stretch and set. Pitch on the way. And it's upstairs for ball one. Long at third, Stensrud at second, and Clausen at first. Long and Clausen reaching off the HBP. Here's the pitch by Eliason. And it's outside for ball two. 2-0 to Bay. Bay had a line drive in his first at-bat. Top of the third, Mavericks lead 3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Eliason now with the pitch. And that'll bring up strike one, 2-1 on the count. Pitch on the way. Takes us to 3-1. 2 outs, loaded bases for the Mavericks. Top of the third inning. Here's the pitch. And Bay will take us to a full count at 3-2 on the swing. Runners go, Bay swings, and the inning's over on the strikeout. Mavericks load them up, but leave them behind. We'll be back with the bottom of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to MPSN as we drop to the bottom of the third inning. Mavericks lead 3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it is the top of the order, Chase Hinckley to lead off the inning. Brendan Hill comes in for the Mavericks on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. As Hill warms up, Hinckley will come to the plate. So Hinckley, Hunter, and Blanchard on the schedule.
For the Royals, left fielder number
for the Royals. And the Royals, well, the Billings American Legion are the host for this year's AA state tournament as Hinckley will take this one for a ride foul. Right back into the backstop, and we've got strike one. Foul ball. Brings up strike two. And we'll have strike two now. I guess I missed on the first one. It was a ball. Or on the second pitch. So 1-2 to Hinckley. As this one comes outside for ball two. 2-2. Hinckley a line drive his first at bat. And we go to 3-2 now on the count. And it's a walk to start the inning for the Royals. And Hathaway comes out with Connor Daniels jogging in behind him, and the Mavericks are going to make a change on the mound. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have the defensive changes set for you. You're watching Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. With the change on the mound brings Connor Daniels up for the Mavericks. And that is the only change to the set as Brendan Hill heads to the dugout. It'll be Connor Hunter for Connor Daniels to lead off against, or to start off against. So it's Connor versus Connor. Here's the lefty for the Mavericks. He's going to throw to first. Connor Daniels, the lone lefty for the Mavericks at the AA level. And he's going to toss it back over to first. Daniels now with his first pitch. Bunt laid down, first base line. Daniels will pick it up, the throw to first, and the sac bunt will be the second out of the inning as it does its job with the runner advancing to second. Chase Hinckley. So that'll bring out the first out of the inning. I got ahead of myself saying second out. As we come to Dan Blanchard, 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of 3 in a 7-inning game. Here's the pitch by Connor Daniels. Brings in ball 1, and a smart play by the Royals with a fresh pitcher. Why not bring in the bunt and check the response? Here's the pitch by Daniels, and it's swung on for strike 1, 1-1 on the count. For Blanchard, it was a strikeout swinging his first at-bat. 3-2 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Runner jumping at second. They're going to make the throw to second. Bay cannot hold on to the ball as it will roll into center field. And Johnson gathers it up. Hinckley with a big lead out there. And Daniels going ahead and making the throw. Here's the pitch by Daniels. And a smack foul will bring up strike 2, 1-2 on the count. Brendan Concepcion in the on-deck circle for the Royals with 1 out. Here's the pitch by Daniels. And this one's going to be bounced up. Daniels will turn, makes the throw to first, and that's 2 away. The runner advancing to third, Hinckley. So the tying run at third for the Royals as Brendan Concepcion comes to the plate. And Connor Daniels, a 6'2", 170-pound left-hand graduate of Sentinel High School this year. As this one smacked into right field, and backing up is Frazier, looking forward in the sun, puts his glove around it, and that is the inning. So a threat at third remains, and we go to the top of the fourth. 3-2 Mavericks. Back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the fourth inning. Mavericks lead 3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And leading off the inning is the number one spot batter, Connor Daniels, coming in for Brendan Hill. Nick Eliason will have his first pitch knocked foul down the third base line for strike one. So Connor Daniels, his first at bat of the game with no designated hitter. That puts Daniels at the plate to swing. 0-1. Here's Eliason with the pitch, and Daniels lets it come in. That'll bring up strike two. Here's the pitch. And it brings up, a hesitation by Herber, and he'll pull up the strike call.
Right fielder number 7, Dane Frazier.
As Dane Frazier comes to the plate with one out. Tyler Herber, the plate umpire, hesitated for a moment and then ripped the cord. And Eliason's first pitch will be knocked down by Frazier. The throw to first, and that's 2 outs. We go to Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks. The left fielder with 2 outs and nobody on, top of the fourth. Eliason knocking down the batters with the first 2 pitches. Or first 5 pitches, I should say, as the first pitch dropped into Richardson is ball 1. Well, 1-0. And we'll get ball 2. Here's the pitch by Eliason. And Richardson with a hard hit into the gap. This one's going to bounce all the way to the warning track. Richardson grabs a gear as he comes around first and stands up at second. And the Mavericks will have a runner on with 2 outs. Takes us to the shortstop, Stuart Long, for the Mavericks. Long looks down the line at Hathaway. He puts his hands on his hips. And Long steps in. Eliason now with the pitch. And Long, this is a line drive into the second baseman's glove as Jordal didn't even have to move, and that is the inning. So Richardson gets on, is left behind. We go to the we go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 Mavericks.
Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning, Mavericks lead 3-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Royals, it's the 5, 6, 7 batters with Jaden Jordal at the plate. Connor Daniels comes in for the Mavericks for his first full inning of action on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And Daniels set for Jordal. Pitch on the way. And Daniels delivers just low in the zone for ball 1. Brings up ball 2. 2-0 for Jordal. It was a walk, his first plate appearance, and he's going to smack this one to Stensrud. The ground ball thrown to first, and that will be the first out of the inning. And I think that Jordal thought that was going to be in the glove of Stensrud, but the umpire, Herbert, did not lift the fist, and so Stensrud completes the play with a throw to first. Cole Miller now for the Royals with 1 out as Daniels delivers high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. And a swing to bring up strike 1. Even count at 1 apiece for Miller. Miller was walked his first plate appearance. Daniel slides this one over the outside of the plate on the right-handed batter to bring up strike 2. 1-2 on the count. And this one's over the head of Long and will roll into the gap as Richardson will pick it up. Miller stands at first with 1 out.
Right fielder number 19, Noah Oftengarden.
Takes us to Noah Oftengarden for the Royals. Oftengarden drove in 2 runs his first at-bat with a single. And Daniels comes in low for a ball. 1-0. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of 4. Here's the pitch. And this one's hit high, short, and it will be Stuart Long to put it in the glove. Holding Miller at first, Cole Miller, as Brendan Miller comes to the plate with 2 outs and Cole Miller at first. And they'll throw to first. Daniels delivering the ball outside, so Hangus not able to make the swipe. And Hill is running out to, as time is called, Hill takes the sunglasses out to Bay. And that might have been why Bay didn't take that ball over second, that pop fly over second. Couldn't see it in the sun, and that's why Long came in. And they call it a team sport for a reason. This one's going to be bounced up, and Bay can't get to it. It's going to roll shallow in the gap. Runner's going to come around the corner, and it'll be runners on the corners for the Royals off the single. With 2 outs, the tying run for the Royals stands at third. 3-2 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Clausen steps in front of the plate to signal the field on the out. As the top of the order, bottom of the order, Ethan Opp was the number 1 batter in the first game as Opp fouls this one off for strike 1. Top of the order is in the on-deck circle for the Royals. It's the Millers on the corners for the Royals. Pitch on the way, and this one comes in high to bring up ball one. 1-1 on the count. 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Daniels. And we bring up ball 2. 2-1. For Opp, it was a ground out, his first at bat. And we get ball 3 now. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball over the head of Daniels, picked up by Long, the toss to Bay. He steps on the bag, and they're going to say that is the inning. So runners loaded up on first and third, but no runs earned, and we go to the top of the 5th. Mavericks leading 3-2. Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Joe Pertz Field in Billings, Montana. Missoula Mavericks and the Billings Royal playing the 3rd game of their 3-game stint. 2nd game of the doubleheader today. Mavericks took game 1 yesterday, 7-1. The game earlier, game 2, game 1 on the day, they would take 7-4, and so now they lead 3-2. It's Nick Eliason on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Royals with Bridger Johnson to lead off. So 5, 6, 7 scheduled on the inning.
First up from Missoula, center fielder number 10
for the Mavericks. Johnson at the plate. He's in center field for this game. He has been a reliable outfielder for the Mavericks with changes being made on the run. Here's the pitch by Eliason, and Johnson lets it come in for ball 1. And Cole Miller, the catcher, not able to hold on to it, but Herber, our umpire, behind the plate, picks it up. Ball 2 now to Johnson. Johnson singled his first and a fly out on the second. Here's the pitch by Eliason. That'll bring up ball 3, 3-0. So in the 5th inning here, Eliason, 68 pitches, 40 of them have been over the plate. And this one will force Jordan out of the way, Johnson out of the way, and it's a walk, and that'll bring out Coach Benjamin for the Royals, and he's going to bring a player with him. Change on the mound coming up. We'll step aside. You're listening to Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as Aiden Montez comes to the mound for the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the Royals, and the first batter he'll face is Drew Stensrud. So for Eliason, it'd be 4 innings, 69 pitches, 40 of them over the plate, 3 runs, all 3 earned off of 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitches, and a walk, and the first pitch to Stensrud will be ball 1. We saw Montez in the lineup yesterday for the Royals, as this one will be taken, and it's a throw to second as Bridger Johnson slides in for the stolen base, and we'll have ball 2. 2-0. Pitch on the way. And Stensrud with a smack into right field. Right fielder's going to come up shallow, and it's going to bounce into the glove of Oftengarden, and a runner on the corners for the Mavericks. No outs. Top of the 5th.
Catcher number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Brings up Andrew Clausen. And there's a signal to the bullpen, I think. Yes, as Zach Angus was warming up in the bullpen for the Mavericks. So Andrew Clausen at the plate, and the first pitch to Clausen will be ball 1. Montez with the stretch and set, and bunt showing for Clausen. And Johnson coming down the line, almost picked off. Clausen now. And no signal from the umpire, but on the board it says strike 2, so 1-2 on the count. Pitch on the way, and this is going to be rolled. Second base shortstop's not able to get to it, and that will load the runner up at first. And the Mavericks will earn a run by Bridger Johnson. And we'll see if they're going to call that an error on the second base on the shortstop. I'm going to say, and they are.
Zach Angus.
That takes us to Zach Angus for the Mavericks. Bunt showing, and this is going to be a good bunt laid down. The throw to first, and the runner, or the first baseman's got to step off the bag. That'll bring Stensrud home from third as Clausen advances to second, or to third, and Stensrud's at third and Clausen.
Second baseman number 1, Dayton Bay.
So Angus at second, and they're going to call that an error. On the Royals, as Dayton Bay is at the plate. And Bay will have 1-1 on the count as I've got things caught up now, except for the score for the Mavericks. There's now 3 errors on the Royals. For Bay, this is going to be bounced to second base. The shortstop will make the throw to first, and that will be the first out of the inning as Clausen comes across the plate.
Pitcher number 9, Connor Daniels.
Brings up Connor Daniels now for the Mavericks with 1 out. And here's a hit by Daniels. It's going to roll into the gap. Hangus will jog home from third. And the Mavericks will add a run to make it 7-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as Dane Frazier comes to the plate. 1 out. Connor Daniels at first, and Hangus is going to make his way back to the bullpen to warm up. Here's the pitch, and Montez is way upstairs for ball 1. For Frazier, a single, and a ground out. Here's the, nope, Montez is going to step off as Daniels crawls back to first. He made the jump but lost his balance and kind of went on all fours to get to the bag. Here's Montez now with the pitch, and Frazier lets it go by for strike 1. 1-on-1 on the count with 1 out. Montez with the pitch brings up ball 2, 2-1. Mavericks lead 7-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch by Montez. It's going to bounce in the dirt, and Daniels is going to make his way to second off of the wild pitch. And we'll have ball 3, 3-1 on the count. And Cole Miller will go out and check in with Montez. As Dane Frazier comes to the plate. Saw Dax earlier, Dane's dad, as he was getting something to fix Dane's bat. The bottom of Dane's bat, there was a dent in it, and they did something to pull that dent out, and now Dane with it at the plate. And the pitch brought in will walk Frazier to put a runner at first and second now for the Mavericks as Tarad Richardson comes to the plate. Richardson now settling in. And the pitch. Richardson fouls it off for strike 1. Oh, and 1 for Richardson. A single, a fly out, and a double. He's got runners at first and second with 1 out, and he'll let this one come in for strike 2. 0-2 on the count. The stretch and set, and time is called by Richardson. And settling back in, Hangus Dunn in the bullpen. We might see him make the change in the next inning. Richardson's going to bounce this one. It's going to be picked up by the third baseman. He'll bobble it, and that will load the bases for the Mavericks.
Shortstop number 2.
That'll take us to Stuart Long now. For the Mavericks, 1 out. And loaded bases for Stuart Long. Long with a bouncer to the pitcher. The out at home, and then the double play turned with a throw down the first base line. The Mavericks with 4 runs in the 5th. They lead 7-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mavericks lead 7-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Connor Daniels comes in for the Mavericks on the 5 valuable pitcher's mound. It's the top of the order, Chase Hinckley for the Royals. Here's the pitch, comes inside for ball 1. Daniels with the delivery, back outside. This one does come over the plate, and we are even on the count at 1 apiece. Here's the pitch. And that one's tight inside for ball 2. Bounced out. Picked up by Bay. Bay bobbles it, and the runner's going to reach, and that'll be an error on Dayton Bay. That'll take us to the shortstop, Connor Hunter, for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And Daniels will deliver high for ball 1. No outs for the Royals, bottom of 5. Here's the pitch by Daniels, and Hunter will smack this one foul into the bullpen to bring up strike 1, 1-1. Outside pitch on the right-handed batter brings up ball 2, 2-1. For Connor Hunter, a line drive and a sac bunt. As Daniels will deliver strike 2 to make it even on the count at 2 apiece. And here's a hit. Bay tries to get to it. Frazier will glove it up, and it's runners at first and second for the Royals. No outs.
Designated hitter number 23, Dan Blanchard.
Brings up Dan Blanchard now for the Royals. Runners at first and second. Connor Hunter at first, Chase Hinckley at second. No outs. And the pitch delivered is a strike. Daniels now with the stretch and set. And here's a bouncer. Stensrud can't get to it. They'll wave around the runner from second as Hinckley makes his drive home. The throw is made. Runners will advance to first and second now, and the Royals add a run on. And that takes us to Brendan Concepcion. No outs. Runners at first and second for the Royals as they're making a rally here in the fifth. Or mounting a rally, I should say. 1 run earned. And a low pitch by Daniels brings up ball 1. Pitch on the way. Slides over the plate to bring up strike 1. 1-1 on the count. Here's the pitch by Daniels, and a swing by Concepcion will bring up strike 2. 1-2 on the count. Connor Daniels with the stretch and set. And a smack into right field. Frazier with the glove. The tag at third and second as runners will advance, and a run is scored by the Royals on the sac fly, and it's now 7-4 with no outs.
Second baseman number 18, Jaden Jordahl.
Brings up Jaden Jordahl for the Royals with 1 out. And Daniels will deliver ball 1 to Jordahl. Jordahl walked his first at bat and then a ground out. Here's the pitch by Daniels. And that'll be ball 2, 2-0. Not quite sure how long Hathaway, with Hangus going into the bullpen to warm up, how long Hathaway will let Daniels ride as we get strike 1 over the plate by Daniels. And that might have been one of those situations where it's to tighten up his pitcher. As we get ball 3, 3-1 now. Jordahl settles in the pitch by Daniels. This is a foul ball that is up. Clausen says he can get to it, and he does. Andrew Clausen has out number 2 on the foul ball. Brings up Cole Miller now with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Cole Miller. And Daniels will slide it over the plate for strike 1. Cole Miller, a walk and a single on the day. Pitch brought in for a ball, evens the count out at 1 apiece. And that'll bring up ball 2, 2-1 on the count to Miller. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's popped down the first base line high and deep. It'll bring up 2-2 on the count. Here's the pitch by Daniels, and a check swing. And a check to the field umpire, says he went, and that'll end the side on the strikeout. We'll move to the top of the sixth. The Mavericks leading 7-4. Back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the sixth inning. Mavericks lead 7-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. With the middle of the order for the Mavericks, Bridger Johnson, Drew Stensrud, and Andrew Clausen on the schedule. It's Aiden Montez on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Mavericks lead 7-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the sixth in a 7-inning game, conference game, so it all matters here. And Montez warming up. Mavericks will be back on the road as they have a travel day tomorrow to head to Rapid City, and then the first game is at 9 a.m. on Saturday. Set your alarm, folks. It's an early one. And then after that, they're all afternoon games. Tuesday is a doubleheader with a fireworks show. Very excited about that. We missed the fireworks show last year as they had a massive lightning display that ended up ending the game early that was being played at the time. And for my dollar, well, I'll take a lightning show over a fireworks show any day, but still exciting to have the fireworks, and to have the fireworks show after the Mavericks game is going to be great in Rapid. Bridger Johnson now set at the plate for the Mavericks. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and it's behind Johnson for ball one. So Bridger Johnson, a single, a flyout, and a walk, his 3 plate appearances. As this one will come in tight for ball 2. 2-0. With Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle. Here's Johnson, a pop down the third base line that will end up in the bullpen. Brings up strike 1 on the foul ball. 2-1 on the count. The Royals bringing in 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to make it a 7-4 game. And the pitch brings up ball 3. 3-1. Montez delivers. Johnson drops it out to the shortstop. The throw to first is double clutched, but made in time, and that's 1 away. That'll take us to Drew Stensrud, the third baseman for the Mavericks.
Third baseman number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Stensrud settling in. Ball 1 to Stensrud. For Stensrud, it's a ground out and a pair of doubles for his 3 at-bats. Here's the pitch by Montez. And it's delivered outside for ball 2, 2-0. With 1 out. Here's the pitch by Montez. And it'll bring up ball 3, 3-0. Here's the pitch. Inside, no. Herber will say strike 1 as Stensrud heads down the line. Didn't toss the bat, so he doesn't have to head to the dugout to pick it up. Here's the pitch, and Stensrud pops this one foul, shallow, right over the heads of the fans down the third base line, the Maverick fans, and we get a full count at 3-2. Here's a smack. It's going to be fair. Third baseman will pick it up. The throw to first is just ahead of Stensrud, and it's out number 2. Great play from the corners. Brendan Concepcion to Brendan Miller.
Catcher number 14,
And there's 2 outs on the board as we get the catcher, Andrew Clausen. Montez brings it in high for ball 1. Same spot, ball 2, 2-0. Here's the pitch. And Clausen will pop this one shallow. Right fielder will come up, puts it in the glove, and it's the side. Mavericks go 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Attention all Legion baseball fans. The Missoula Prep Sports Network will be the exclusive video streaming provider for the Montana, Alberta AA and A Legion tournaments July 18th through August 1st. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to support the coverage of the games, please send us an email and we'll get in touch with you. Join us live from Kalispell, Montana and Miles City, Montana, July 28th through August 1st for state championship drama. MPSN. Legion baseball fans home for the 2018 Montana, Alberta state tournaments.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City!
Mm-hmm. The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Joe Pertz Field in Billings, Montana. The Mavericks make some changes defensively, so Zach Hangus now stands on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. Drew Stensrud moves from third to first. Richardson slides in from left field to third base, and Thomas Martin is in left field. So Hangus on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound, Stensrud at first, Richardson at third, and Martin in left field. For the Royals, it will be Noah Oftengarden to lead things off. So the 7, 8, 9 batters scheduled on the inning here for the Royals. Hangus will get Oftengarden to swing on the first pitch for strike 1. Mavericks lead 7-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Hangus now with the delivery. And a bouncer picked up by Richardson. The throw to first, and Stensrud sticks the bag. That's 1 away. Brings up Brendan Miller for the Royals. So Connor Daniels done. Zach Hangus, and Miller didn't even have his bat on the shoulder. And it's settled in now. Here's the first pitch by Hangus. And that'll come in for ball one. They actually are going to say that first pitch was ball one, so 2-0 on the count. And a pop-up over first brings in Dayton Bay, and he will have the ball in the glove for the second out on the inning. Brings up the center fielder, Ethan Opp, the bottom of the order with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the pitch by Hangus. Ball one. This one's bounced out, picked up by Long. The throw to first is made, but not in time, and Stensrud's not able to hold on to it. Runner will reach regardless. And that will be a hit for the Royals. No, they are going to score that as an error for the Mavericks, and no hit. So with 2 outs, we come to the top of the order to Chase Hinckley, and Hangus will deliver strike one to Hinckley. Pitch on the way, runner's going to go, and the throw to second, on target, and the tag, they're going to say safe, as Long was not able to make the full tag. And the pitch thrown was a ball, so we're even on the count at 1 apiece. Bottom of the 6th in a 7-inning game. Mavericks lead 7-4, but the Royals going to work, moving batters. Here's the inside pitch to Hinckley to make it 2-1 on the count, 2 outs. Hangus with the stretch and set. And a pitch over the plate will make us even on the count at 2 apiece. 2 outs. Runner at second for the Royals. 2-2 on the count to Hinckley, who had a line drive, a walk, and reached off an error. Time is called. Hangus now with the pitch. Brought in high and tight to bring us to a full count at 3-2. Lights are on here at Pertz Field as we are approaching 8:30. And it's a walk to put runners at first and second for the Royals. Takes us to Connor Hunter with 2 outs and 2 on for the Royals. Connor Hunter now. And the first pitch to Hunter will be over the plate for strike one. For Connor Hunter, line drive, a sac bunt, and a single. Here's the 0-1 by Hangus. And he's going to throw to second. Runner is back just ahead of Bay. Pitch on the way. Swung on. This one's popped shallow. Long's going to chase it down. It's Johnson to call him off, and that is the inning. Runners loaded up, but nothing earned, and we go to the top of the 7th. Mavericks leading 7-4. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 7th inning, Mavericks leading 7-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. With the bottom of the order, Hangus and Bay due up as Aiden Montez warms up on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. Mavericks lead 7-4. They would earn 3 runs in the first and 4 in the 5th. To get their 7 runs. For the Royals, it'd be 2 runs in the 2nd and 2 runs in the 5th to make their 4 runs. Hangus now making his way to the plate. As Hangus settles up. Looks like they're sending Stuart Long to the bullpen with Brendan Hill to warm him up. Montez now with the first pitch of the inning. And it'll be low for ball 1, 1-0. Here's Hangus, and it's going to be a line drive into the glove of the shortstop. Great play by Connor Hunter for the out.
Second baseman number 1, Dayton Bay.
Brings up Dayton Bay now for the Mavericks with 1 out and nobody on. Montez is with the pitch, and it'll come across the knees for ball 1. 1-0, 1 out. Top of 7. Here's the pitch by Montez, and Bay will foul it backwards to bring up strike 1. 1-1 on the count. Game's going to be over in a few minutes. Inside the fence. So we get ball 2. 2-1 on the count to Bay. Bay with a line drive, a strikeout, and a ground out as he's going to push this one into the gap. Center fielder is there. He'll put it in the glove, and that's 2 outs on the inning on the pop fly. Swings us to the top of the order.
Left fielder number 8, Thomas Martin.
To Thomas Martin, who came in on the pitching change. So Martin's first plate appearance in game 2. He was in right field for game number 1 today on the doubleheader. And Martin will slice a foul ball for strike 1. 2 outs, nobody on, top of 7. Mavericks lead 7-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The Royals looking to get out of here so they can get to the bottom of the 7th to earn some runs and make this game interesting as we get ball 1, 1-1 on the count. 8-1 on the record for the Mavericks. Royals 5-6 as this pitch gets away from Montez for ball 2, 2-1. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 3, 3-1 to Martin. Here's the pitch. And Martin will be walked with 2 outs. Brings up Dane Frazier now for the Mavericks.
Right fielder number 7, Dane Frazier.
And with 2 outs on the board and a runner at first, Dane Frazier coming to the plate makes things interesting for everyone. Here's the pitch by Montez, and Frazier will take this one hard into left field. That one's dumped over the fence, and Dane Frazier has his 3rd home run of the season, scoring 2 runs. Frazier pumping a ball over the fence to make it 9-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and that'll be home run number 3 for Dane Frazier. Takes us to Terad Richardson for the Mavericks with 2 outs. The base is cleared off the knock. Here's the pitch by Montez. And Richardson lets it go by for strike 1. Richardson, a single, a flyout, a double, and reached off an errors. He's going to launch this one foul down the first base line for strike 2, 0-2. Here's the pitch by Montez. And Richardson lets it go by high in the zone. Ball 1, 1-2. Richardson, foul ball, keeps us at 1-2. Top of the 7th. Mavericks lead at 9-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2, and this one's going to be in the dirt. That one came up high off of the gear of Miller, and it'll be Coach Benjamin to toss it back in to the umpire. 2-2. Pitch, and we'll build to a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch. And Richardson with a bouncer. The shortstop will pick it up. The throw to first is ahead of Richardson. And that will be the inning. The Mavericks earn 2 runs to cushion their lead, 9-4. We'll be back with the bottom of the 7th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hey, are you going to try that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
No way. They don't care what we eat. They serve pizza and bagels, and the owners are in New York City.
What? New York City? That really tans my hide.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Dan Blanchard to lead off the inning for the Royals as Hangus will deliver strike 1. Mavericks lead 9-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as Hangus comes in. This one's going to be bounced foul to bring up strike 2. 0-2 on the count. Blanchard settling back in, a strikeout swinging, a ground out, and a single on the game. Angus now with the pitch. Angus came in the end of the game last night. One pitch, it was 1 out, as this one's going to roll foul. No, they say fair, as Richardson is going to rifle it over, and the runner will reach just ahead. And Herbert calling that one fair as it rumbled down the third base line. And with no outs, the leadoff batter is on for the Royals. Takes us to Brendan Concepcion. So with the foul ball, we go to 0-1 on the count as Concepcion lets it go by for ball one. 1-1 on the count. Concepcion, single, a fly out, and a sac fly as he swings on this one to bring up strike two. One and two on the count. Here's the pitch. And a roller. Richardson won't get to it. That'll put it into left field. Martin will pick it up, and with no outs, the Royals will have runners at first and second. And they're going to bring in a runner for Blanchard. And it's Michael Moorhead to come in and run. Jaden Jordal at the plate for the Royals. No outs, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch, and Hangus delivers low for ball one. Now, while the Mavericks were up to bat, shortstop Stuart Long went to the bullpen and warmed up. So if there is a change, it'll come internally. Herbert will say strike one. 1-1 on the count. Here's the pitch by Hangus. Swung on, and this is going to foul back into the batter to bring up strike two. 1-2 on the count. Hangus with the stretch and set, and the 1-2. Upstairs to take us to 2-2. The pitch brought in, and we build to a full count at 3-2. Bottom of the seventh, no outs. Runners at first and second for the Royals. Here's the pitch. Runners are going to go, and this one's popped. Stensrud calls it off, and he'll have it in the glove. The throw to second, and they'll have the out. Double play on the pop on the infield fly.
Catcher number 7, Cole Miller.
With Concepcion holding at first. And here's another foul ball popped up. Clausen looks for it, and Clausen goes to the ground, holds on to it, and that is game, folks. The Mavericks get the win, 9-4, to improve to 9-1 in conference play. It would be 9 runs off of 9 hits, 3 errors for the Mavericks, 4 runs off of 8 hits, and 4 errors for the Royals. The Mavericks will have a travel day tomorrow and then a 9 o'clock game from Rapid City. We'll talk to you Saturday morning from Rapid City. Have a great Friday.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well,